for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with lights out, and it's Ingram in at the small forward. And so he hits the technical free throw. Mark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they are the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on, the schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely. Now here's Randall, and here comes the break. Here's Reyes, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
So here's Burks. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Ingram with the steal. The pass to Reyes. Fires the three. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Fultz. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Robinson with the block. And a fast break now for New York.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Fultz. Robinson with the block. And again, New York running the court in transition. Here's Reyes. Hits the three from the wing. Lights out's got 10 points in the game.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
The second overall pick in 2016, a lot of expectations for Brandon Ingram. If anything, he puts that pressure on himself. This is a young man that wants to be great.
Now, here's Bamba. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And Clark may say Brandon Ingram is our biggest critic. Does all his frustration and worry become, you think, a hindrance?
I think it can be, guys. I mean, you can't weigh yourself down with self-frustration and self-criticism because it can keep you from being your best. At the end of the day, his talent is obvious. I think he's got tremendous upside, but that piece of the mentality that he brings has to be balanced out a bit.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA. Don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic, an offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block. Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Randall passes to Reyes. Over Fultz. That one a little long. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside. His moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
And it's Fultz with the ball for the Magic. 6-point game. And it's blocked.
In addition to being superb on offense, Ingram is also a ridiculously good defender. I mean, his long reach really allows him to come up with a good number of blocks.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, spreading out for easy fast break basketball.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Knicks.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Now, here's Bamba. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 6 to shoot. Here's Fultz. Another miss by Orlando. New York with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. They get the rebound. And that one, good.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling and off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Oh, that's blocked.
This has to energize Barrett. He needs to keep bringing this type of intensity to the defensive end.
How about that high wire action from Ingram, getting up there and pulling off the Houdini?
Here's Fultz. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Shoots from 12. The Magic again can't hit.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
The Magic trail by 12. Here's Fultz. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach and a good one. You know, it takes young guys a little while to figure it out, and after 4 up and down seasons with the Lakers, Julius Randle joined New Orleans in 2018, busted out for over 20 points per game with the Pelicans. Watch out now, when this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Reyes. And the layup full. Lights out's got 15.
But of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Fultz. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Pass to Burks. Here's the 3. And it's Ingram with the rebound. The Knicks leading by 14. The tray. And there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target for Reyes.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Bring music, scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
Fultz, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Barrett, no good. The Magic trail by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Pogba. It's not going to go for him. And New York will come the other way. For 3. But he recovers it. And Barrett comes it in.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Fultz. Pass to Burks. Back to Fultz. Shot to stop the run. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got 8 rebounds in this game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And have to admire how hard Barrett goes. This kind of assertiveness is what makes defenders feel uneasy.
It's his first trip to the line.
72% at the line this season. He has yet to set himself apart in that department.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
And that one falls for Barrett. We know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably is what occupy my time.
Now here's Evans. And the rejection by Coley Stein.
He's going to come stronger than that. Always find a presence defensively.
It's stolen by Frazier. Livingston with it. 9 points last game. And it's lights out with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. to Livingston. Just 5 on the clock. And
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
offensive rebound. There's the three. No good from Reyes. And so it's Livingston bringing it up now for the Orlando Magic. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
The mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up. You know, it takes.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Lights out there. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Baines in at the 5 down low. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Drains it from beyond the arc. And that's 21 points for lights out.
Yeah, I like the feel Neely Keener showed there. I mean, nice sense of where he was and what was available.
Fultz, the pass to Frazier. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Frazier's got his first basket.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Now here's Fultz. Randall grabs the board.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Orlando, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Swiped it away. Lays it up and off a pretty assist. Ingram's got his second basket of the night.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into easy points. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Shot up 2 there. 6 points for Julius Randle.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Burks, the pass to Fultz. Rebound by Reyes.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Isaac with the ball. They get it back. Bamba's shot is off.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
No good from Reyes. Magic have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Now, Burks. He's been producing a fair amount of offense 9 in and 9 out as he's averaging 14 points a game. New York's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Baines passes to Reyes. Kept alive by New York. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
Well, you look at Fultz. With the voting as it is now, it looks like he'll miss out on a spot in the starting lineup for the East.
Yeah, and not even in the top 10, but it shouldn't take away from what he's done this year. It's been a very good season for him.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Reyes. A 3-pointer. No good. Magic shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
The Magic shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. And here's Fultz to the middle. Nice shot there by Bamba.
Well, he's a very effective scorer from there. Bamba's excellent at using his size to his advantage.
Here's Reyes. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Lights out's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Passes it to Burks. Now the dish to Frazier. Over Robinson. And again, it's Orlando converting.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. They host the Spurs after this one. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
So down low, Randall can throw those 250 LBs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
There's the pass to Fultz. And the 3-ball is good. Fultz has got 7 points.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Pass to Nilikina. Out left to the wing. Up 3. It's hauled in by Frazier. Frazier's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Fultz. Rejected by Reyes. And he's able to get it back. And that one is good. New York's gone for the 3-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Here's Ingram. That shot off. Nice D from Frazier. Here's Isaac. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Reyes, the pass to Randall. New York moving it around. Stolen by Bamba. Here's Burks. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
Randall left side. Stolen by Bamba. Here's Isaac. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And for a near 7-footer, Isaac is remarkably agile. I mean, he's gazelle-like with his agility. Solid at knifing inside and does a good job driving to the goal.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, you know, the defense had no answer for him. To do that kind of damage on the road, impressive.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And Barrett subbed in for Frank Nilikina. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, lights out in their last game against the Nets was outstanding. He scored an incredible number of points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
David in stretches, he was absolutely down. Great, he left the Nets that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure. And he draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
And you see the edge Garrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Oh, and the jam by Barrett.
This guy is a fantastic athlete. Barrett looking like a man on a mission with that slam.
Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Fultz on the mark with the 15-footer. Fultz has got 11 here in this quarter alone. New York leading by 22. Reyes, the pass to Cauley Stein.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Well, Orlando shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Fultz, the pass to Bamba.
Well, you can talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan
switch here. Colin Harris checked in. The Magic also changing it up. Vucevic checked in for Isaac. Evans comes in for Brooks. And it's Livingston in for Fultz. The three. Carries it from three-point range. 31 points. Lights out. You look at Baba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. He kicks off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game. But he has something you just can't teach.
Here's Reyes, and the Knicks good for two.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
And Vucevic kicks to Bamba. No good on the triple. New York's gone even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter. 4 for 8. Wasted no time on that one. Barrett's got 13.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
Ross passes to Livingston. Back to Ross. Clock at 6. Drills the elbow jumper.
You've got to make Ross a passer in that pick and roll. I mean, he's a better scorer than he is a playmaker.
Kicks it to Barrett. Passes to Reyes from downtown. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. And the first one at the line is good. With 1 on the clock, that shot off the mark. And so it's New York. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from lights out.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Isaac out there with Muhammad Bamba. Then it's Markel Fultz, and it's Vucevic, and it's Burks at the 2. So here's Burks. Barrett brings the double team. Fultz trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's lights out. Burks covering. No good from Reyes.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
It's out of bounds. Last touch by Burks. Over to the left wing. Randall passes to Reyes. Back to Randall. Out to the right wing. Barrett wide open. He fires. They get it back. To the wing on the left. Here's Reyes. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Lights out. He's got 39.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
Now, here's Burks. He's guarded closely. Bamba finds Isaac. 4 on the clock. Fires from deep. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
He's looking around. Here's Fultz. He's got 13. From past the arc. Robinson pulls it in.
Boy, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
Here's Barrett. They shoot again. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Such a high motor, always revved up. One of the things that makes Randall a terrific rebounder.
The Knicks shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. That free throw good from Randall. How do you think great coaches go about making that connection with their players?
Well, it starts with being candid and holding the player accountable. Great players want to and need to be coached, and great coaches find a way to do that effectively for that individual and for the team.
Fultz the pass to Burks. Here's Vucevic. Magic moving the ball around. Pass to Fultz. Can they get it?
It was an ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Reyes. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Markelle Fultz.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The pass to Burks. Shoots from 12. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 4 assists in the game.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by New York.
Here's Reyes. New York, no good that time either. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Magic. He kicks it to Fultz. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to Bamba. Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Reyes. The offensive rebound. Vucevic missed inside.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Reyes. Good. Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Fultz with the ball. 13 points in the game. Kicks it to Vucevic. And the shot goes down. Vucevic has got 12 points in the game.
Vucevic possesses what I call a throwback big man game and really is most comfortable operating from this area of the court.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Barrett. Second in 3-point field goal percentage. And he's right there among the most efficient scorers in our league. 3rd overall in field goal percentage.
And back to your point, he's second in three-point accuracy. A lot of that has to do with mental toughness. It's just hard to force him out of his comfort zone. The Magic making the switch here. Frazier's checked in.
The great outside shooting really fueling this run.
And pushing it up. Here's New York. No good from Reyes. Orlando's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Burks' shot is good.
Kevin, for a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
Fultz brings the double team. Here's Randall. It's hauled in by the Magic. Now here's Fultz. Looking to get it going, and that's 2 points on the layup. 15 points in the game.
And I appreciate how skilled Fultz is handling the ball. I mean, excellent at getting to his favorite spots on the floor.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you. And the basket by Isaac.
Well, you have to keep Isaac off the boards. I mean, when he's that close to the rim and has good position, He's a threat to grab a bunch of rebounds.
Here's Reyes. Yet another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Orlando's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Passes it to Burks. Now here's Frazier. And the shot goes in. Frazier's got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
The Magic have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Isaac passes to Frazier. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Like the level of nuance and the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and
Yes.
have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game as players see more and more.
Moved in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Aaron Baines. Brandon Ingram comes in for Gallinari. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Barrett. And lights out subbed in for Dennis Smith. Orlando also making some changes. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. And it's Jonathan Isaac in for Frazier. On the free throw, no good.
And Cauley Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better.
Ross finds Bamba. Back to Ross. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Evans. And that one released in time, but no good.
And he just plays with such intensity on defense. Love watching Ntilikina be an absolute pest on that end.
And so it's the New York Knicks sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Back to the action after this word. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Ntilikina out there with lights out. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Soto in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Again, what an avalanche!
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Now here's Frazier. D right on him. Evans left side. Okay, changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things. Incidents on the floor or off the floor.
Well, I think there's a place for fines and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories. But I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Yep, that one goes.
And how about the efficiency Evans Evans has shown in the paint. Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
No good from Reyes. Magic shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Frazier. That shot off. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And there's the pass to Elliott. They get it again. Nice shot by Evans.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
The Magic have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Stolen. They push it up 4 on 3. New York, no good that time either. And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for Orlando. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. A nice shot by Frazier.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
New York calls timeout. Mark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep three at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter three if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that three more in line or symmetrical with the deep three at the top. I kind of like having a short corner three.
I agree with you. Now Fultz. Pass to Elliott. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Atlanta Hawks.
And it's going to be home game after home game after home game for this group. So they got a great chance to string together a number of wins given how strong they've been playing.
And it's lights out with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Frazier outside. Passes it to Elliott. Down low. And the shot goes in from Fultz. Fultz has got 19 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Hardaway kicks to Frazier. Pass to Fultz. Takes the 3. No good. Shot missing. So New York will take it the other way.
After hitting 1-3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
And the Knicks miss again.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
Mark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Mark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology, if you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right, right. I do know officials do that too in their locker room at halftime. And so he hits both. And the number 1 pick in 2017, Markelle Fultz out of Washington, 6'4". Clark, you think he's more of a point guard or a 2?
Well, you know, at Washington, Kevin, I thought he showed the ability to score and assist at a high level. Coming out of college, I thought he had a chance to be really dynamic in both areas. Time will tell if that's the case, but I think playing the point could take some of the pressure off of his shot as he regains confidence in that part of his game.
Good, he hits again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. the pass to Elliott. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Elliott's got his first points in this one.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Reyes, the pass to Soto. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, get out of his way.
No way the D was going to slow him down.
Not that time. He was determined to get those points.
Back to Fultz. To the wing right side. A beautiful reverse layup. Fultz has got 14 points now in the second half.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
That bucket in no time at all.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Orlando's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. On target from 13 feet. Fultz has got 29.
He's got great confidence, Kevin. Markelle Fultz is a terrific scorer. Fills it up in no time.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. And the Magic making a change here as well. Owundu's checked in.
You gotta step in front of Fultz, guys. I mean, he's solid when he comes rolling to the rim to hammer it down on these drives.
And now Orlando on the break. Pass to Elliott. And he banks in the layup.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Well, Orlando shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Fultz brings the double team. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Markelle Fultz.
And Neely Keener has a ton of potential, guys. A pass-first point guard with tremendous vision.
Mark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. They're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
And it's Orlando's ball. Here's Bamba. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Boy, good strength that time from Bamba. He's accustomed to getting bodied on the way up and still finding a way to finish.
Here's Reyes. He got it again. Sensational.
Make that 61 point.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Fultz, the pass to Vucevic. Back to Fultz. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up with the stripe. Right on the bucket. Fultz has got 33.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
Pass to Robinson. Here's lights out. There's the triple. Kept alive. Robinson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Knicks?
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Let's check in for the Knicks. Isaac misses.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Oh, good. From Reyes.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, and it was maybe a step out of his range. Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Fultz kicks to Bumba. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got assist number 8 here in this one already. The Knicks leading by 20. Here's Reyes. Connects again from distance.
Hey guys, this is a historic shooting night. Tied for third now, the most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. Back to Fultz. Puts up a 3. Goes back up. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And that's just an example and display of strength from Vucevic. I mean, just overpowering whoever's in his path.
Clark, you look at the defensive metrics for Nikola Vucevic lately, very good. And yet, he's been considered a liability at that end. So, in your opinion, which is?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I think it's a blend, quite honestly. The analytics say one thing, but in this day and age, the way the game is played, big centers are typically challenged from a mobility standpoint, especially trying to defend fleet-footed perimeter guys in pick-and-roll situations and in space. To Vucevic's credit, he's worked hard at becoming better, trying to be a better rim protector and recognize where he needs to be early on with anticipation. So he's making progress, but it's a blend in my mind.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 22. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game. Lights out.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Offensive rebound. New York leading by 22.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Knicks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be the 26 on the year.
And talk about putting pressure on your opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 left to be played against Orlando.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Lights Out.
Well, his defense was tremendous tonight. Really, really high level. He was a pest, forced the opponents into a lot of turnovers.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for Barrett. 30 seconds left in the fourth. The one-do passes to Elliott, and there it is for him.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Here's Reyes. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Feeds it to Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
It's good. Nice touch there from Reyes.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching.